Yabba Dabba Do is right because we made it to another Friday. Yes, indeed. Welcome aboard.
And guess what?
Yes.
It's the eve of our 20th craft fair, 20th year craft fair in Stewart.
Yeah, wow, that's right.
Yep,
I'll be
that's
there.
a milestone.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of fun. I mean, there's lots of activities here. I mean,
There-
that's
from
amazing.
now on out until May,
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy everywhere. There's too much going on everywhere every weekend between Indian River, Martin, St. Lucie, and guess what? The rodeo starts tonight.
Oh, all
The
right.
Indian Town, Timers Power Park.
Yes.
Yeah, I talked to, well, I didn't talk, but I texted Jay Spicer and he wasn't available because the rodeo was going on.
Right.
So
Very good.
I know. And then
So,
we've got the Green Market. You know who's
the
playing
radio-
this weekend?
Who's playing?
Huck Levy,
Oh.
you know,
Oh,
is
yeah.
playing at the Riverwalk this weekend.
Oh, very good. I'll
Yeah.
be listening to him. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a booth? Mainstream booth?
We should. We don't.
You actually should.
Yeah, because we've got all these brochures that we're constantly handing out from the City Annex building. So, yeah, I think
So I think they would waive a fee for you to put
probably
it
charge
out.
me double. I don't know.
But that might be a great idea and then make a volunteer list.
This is the reason why I want you on the promotions committee, see, because
Because
you're always promoting. Yeah.
I am. And so you could
Yeah.
have a volunteer list and then
Mhm.
put their name or their email number down there. And then when a big event comes up, because all the events are set for the year.
Right.
And so it'll be January. And then that's when you'll actually roll in with the events for next year.
Right.
Because they're already in,
Everything's
you know,
already
in place.
Right.
So,
Cake has been baked.
yeah, right.
Yes.
But you got a summer and a fall Stewart Stroll.
Right.
You've got Dancing in the Streets.
Well, not anymore. We've got the Flagler Center now. So we're going to be doing all kinds of activities at the Flagler.
Oh, no more dancing in the
No, it retired it 2 years ago.
That's a shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But that's all right. So we're moving on. We got other things to do, other fish to fry.
And
Speaking
speaking
of-
of our sponsor,
What a segue.
we got Mrs. Peters
Wow,
in the house
we
tonight.
do.
We've got Gary in the house, and
Yes.
he is the new ownership
Right.
or
Yes. Yes, indeed.
and so he took over a couple months ago, and he has lots of stuff to tell us.
Really kicking butt. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So hi, Gary.
Hi. How are you?
so
By the way, some people do call me Mr. Peters. I don't,
And that's okay. Just say,
I-
"How are you?"
I often preface that my name is Gary Stone Cipher, but that
Uh-huh.
doesn't, it goes right over their head. And I'm
Exactly.
Mr. Peters.
exactly right.
Yeah.
It's just
And that's fine.
And it's
Right.
cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
It's okay.
right. Just like that scene in remember the cartoon Madagascar? One of the cartoon characters says, "Just smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave."
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Yep.
So,
We have your patios coming along.
It is coming
It
along.
was landscaped, and I see you poured a little a footer there for people to get up onto it, like a
Well, yeah, and
an
that's also
handicapped little
exactly
Ramp.
the Disabilities Act requires you to have that access.
Right.
So we put that in, and then we have planted, and the only thing we have left is our bar is being constructed. It's with a woodworker.
oh
So once that's done, we're aiming to get it open before November the 1st.
okay.
so less than
That's
2
the
weeks.
plan.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And
So
so,
we're excited.
you'll have your products from inside that you can make lunches out of.
We
or
will.
out of the smoker.
We're going to add a few things. Right now, it's sort of a limited offering. It's the pork sandwiches, the
That's
pulled
good.
pork, which is smoked, and then
And the
the
turkey legs.
we do have turkey legs. They're served right now cold. I mean, people take them home, and then we have the beef brisket, and that's hot.
Okay.
And Margarita, my general manager, has brought forth.
She should be your beverage, executive.
Well, she
with a
brought
name.
out of the list of recipes
Yeah.
from the Sally Peters days, a seafood chowder, which is absolutely out of this world. So right now that's what we're serving, but we're going to expand the menu a little bit for the patio. But the
Good.
central, the pièce de résistance of the whole this whole new effort is to be able to give the customer the taste of the fish coming directly from the smoker. And the first go round, there is nothing comparable to that taste.
No, there isn't.
Really.
It's like just catching a fresh fish and cooking a fresh fish.
It is.
The next day, it's not the same.
Yeah, we're like making sushi on the back of the boat after you've caught the
Right.
fish. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
So that's the goal.
Right.
Wonderful.
Yes. And we spoke before we went on air about some of the activities that you've got going on and some of your travels, because you went to deliver some fish spread
I did.
to one of your clients. And while you were there, you went across the street.
Well, I had a couple of incidents
Mhm.
today, which warms my heart. One is I was up in Vero delivering a case of mahi dip to Costa d'Este up there. And I went to a
That's
restaurant.
Gloria Estefan's
Gloria
establishment,
Estefan's establishment.
If anyone doesn't know it.
Right.
Exactly. Very nice place.
Right.
They were short on dip. So once I made the drop off, I went across the street to a restaurant. And this is what really warms my heart. I'm being asked because of my uniform here
Right.
has the name of Mrs. Peters on it. And the woman that was serving me at the restaurant said, "I know Mrs. Peters. That's the dip company." And I said, "Yes, that's right." And she said, "Well, the place I used to work, we used to serve that dip." And so it's nice to get that recognition, you know.
Did
in
you give her a
places
card
beyond.
and say, give this to the owner?
Well,
Or you should carry samples.
it was sort of
Right.
And with a business card, and so if someone says that, say, wait a minute, let me go to the car. Give this to your general manager.
well, I talked to her. She said that we'd approached them in the past, and
Oh,
that
okay.
the manager, they really have a European menu, and so the fish dip doesn't really
Doesn't fit in with
Doesn't
their
fit with that theme. But the other was I was having my car serviced today, and the service person was speaking to me and saw the shirt, and she said, "That's a fish dip company, isn't it?" And so I keep running into these people who are, miles from Jensen Beach and are familiar with the name. So
Isn't that wonderful?
very positive.
Yes, it's all positive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Warms your heart.
It does. It does. And the hot tamale or hot tamahi really warms your heart.
Oh,
It
I
does.
bet. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
It
that's
has a little zing
A
to it.
little bit of zip. Yeah.
that's the jalapeno infused mahi dip.
Right.
Mhm. Hot
But you
tamale.
can't eat a fish dip without a
No,
little
that was-
jalapeno anyway.
Right.
It just changes it to somewhere. It takes it from one level to another.
Right. Speaking of flavor, because so the ladies at St. Monica's admonished, me through you, right?
Right.
It says because today's the last day.
Last
so-
day of St. Monica's. If you want the best fish fry in town,
Yeah.
you need to go there at Central Avenue in East Stewart and
Today's their last
Episcopal
day.
Church.
for this year.
And it's the last till January. I told everyone I'd see him in January
Mhm.
because November and December, you got Thanksgiving, Christmas. No one's going to show up.
Right.
And they need time to revamp, do some things around the
Okay,
church.
Good. Good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So so when I order the grouper,
He orders it naked. He
Which
was
is a
at
great
Blind
se-
Creek Beach
it's a great segue for
because
Nelson.
and they go, oh, that's so boring. And I'm there like, well, whatever you want to call Frank, that's your problem. I
Right.
said, but this is the way he likes it.
Yeah.
Just with a little lemon on the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Modest
yes.
flavors. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
is it coming up?
Well, it's okay. I'm working on stuff
You're
here.
working on
Yeah,
it?
Yeah. So go ahead. But
Okay.
continue.
So anyway, at St. Monica's, all the sides are made by the Lady of the Church. You don't get any better hush puppies, rice and peas, collard greens. Their Bahamian mac and cheese is like, wow, that's wonderful. And this is another segue going into it because we have a gentleman calling in and he's from Dickey's Barbecue, which is brand new in Jensen Beach. And so I was having him to call in and give us a little heads up on what they're doing. Is that Matt on the line?
It is indeed. Yep. So, all right, we got to
We
turn
got
on
to
your
call
channel here. Okay. So Matt from Dickey's.
Dickey's Barbecue. How
Yes.
are you, Matt?
I'm great. How are you?
Great.
Thanks
How
for
long-
calling in.
Yes. We have Mrs. Peter Smokehouse here, and we have a Nelson from Blind Creek Beach up in St. Lucie County here, and we have you on the line to ask you about your barbecue.
Wonderful. Ask away.
And how long have you been open?
Our grand opening was December 13th of last year.
And your response in Jensen Beach and Martin, St. Lucie County has been great.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Getting better day by day.
Wonderful. And what kind of products do you serve?
All of our meats are smoked in-house 14 to 16 hours a day. I have brisket, pork, chicken, turkey, kielbasa, spicy cheddar kielbasa. I can go on and on.
Wonderful. And you make your own sides, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've had a couple of them, but can you run off a couple sides so everyone knows what they might? I know you have baked beans and coleslaw.
Absolutely. I think most barbecue places do. Our favorites here are, we have our own mac and cheese. We have baked potato casserole, which is kind of like a loaded baked potato, mashed. Other than that, we have coleslaw, potato salad, green beans, baked beans, jalapeno beans. Again, I can go on.
Wonderful. So, and you also have your own desserts.
Yes, ma'am. We have pecan pie. Our favorites are blondie brownies and our chocolate chunk cookies. And
you also have a card that if you are a preferred customer, every time you come in, they punch the card. And then tell me what happens after the card is punched. I mean, after 4 times, you get a free drink, or after 5 times?
Yeah, after 4 times, you get a free drink. Our big yellow cups, you bring them back, and it's a 99-cent refill. And then after 8 punches, you get a free pulled pork sandwich.
That's perfect. You also have a night where you have pulled pork sandwiches, very reasonable, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. On Wednesdays is our pulled pork day. We have a $3 pulled pork sandwich. Very affordable, and we've been doing pretty well with it.
I bet you have been. I mean, we needed a good. Mrs. Peters smokes fish and brisket and other things, but differently than what a barbecue place does. So we got the best of both worlds here,
Yes, ma'am.
right in front of us.
All kinds of flavors. Yes.
Yes. So tell us your phone number.
Our phone number here is 772-692-9911, and we are located at the corner of Jensen Beach Boulevard and US 1 in the Home Depot Plaza in between Miller's Ale House and Home Depot.
All right.
They're right beside the new Oriental supermarket.
Tiffany and I went there.
Good.
Yes, we checked
And
it out.
I told you to do that.
You did.
And
I listened.
You have a website?
Yes, we do. It's Dickies.com.
Okay, and your menu's on there?
Yes, ma'am. Sure is. And you can even order catering through Dickies.com.
Wow. I saw that you catered. And when is it big or small? You can do anything?
My caterings are 10 people or more.
Okay.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
All right.
Well, we want to
Excellent.
thank you for calling in, and we hope everyone, once again, give us a phone number.
It's 772-692-9911.
All right.
And it's Dickies.com,
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Jensen
All right.
Beach.
And we
You
wish
have a great night, and thank you for calling.
We
Thank
wish
you,
you
Deb.
great
Have a great
success.
evening.
All right,
Okay.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. Very cool. And so
Too late, she done been
this is by way of introduction for our guest, Nelson.
Okay. I was waiting for it to come up.
Well, yes, they call him the streaker.
All right. Everybody has to have their own theme song.
Yes.
So,
Well, and that's been Nelson's for the last couple years.
One of my favorites.
sure.
So we'll go back to Nelson. I mean, we're flying around the room here today, and I love it when it's like that. It's like really the energy is
Right.
high energy.
Yes. Mhm.
So yoga tomorrow
No,
because of weather.
yeah, the weather's messing it up. This time of year has been a little dicey. We've had some rainstorms, plus our tides are high a little
Or
earlier.
you have a lot of I shouldn't say crap on the beach, but waste and the tide coming in and seaweed.
Not so much in the way of seaweed, but we do with those recent hurricanes that came
Right.
through that washed a bunch of stuff, and we're getting some debris and things like that show up.
Oh, that's a better word. I shouldn't say crap, should I? I should say debris.
There you go.
It could be mixed in with the debris.
Right, that's
it's not
right.
telling.
That a lot of seashells with the hurricane.
Lots of seashells right now, and that kind of that cycles through.
Right,
We
it
tend to get
does.
a lot of things washing up. But,
Right. I often wonder because when they have the beach restoration and Mother Nature's going to do what they want anyway. Look at how many times we have restored Bathtub Beach. And when Mother Nature comes in, she takes it back out again or she brings
Right.
it back.
It would she would just do she's going to do what she's going to do anyway.
Right.
I've noticed on our beach because it's not on anybody's hit list to restore it. It just it gets carved out, and then over the next couple of months it comes back, and it gets carved out. The next couple of months it comes back. So just leave it alone.
Right.
It'll take care of
It
itself.
take care of itself. Yeah.
Nature is like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
it is. Just think everyone's evolving and the earth is always evolving with us,
Never changing.
never changing.
Exactly
No.
right.
Mm-mm. So,
Yep.
and it's getting older.
I've
I
heard
mean,
rumors. Yes. Yes. So you've got some big news to announce, right?
So yeah, the beach and it's been in the paper a couple of times.
Mhm.
Apparently about a month ago, it was the county administration brought before the board the proposal to make Blind Creek Beach sanctioned or and so that they
Fully recognized. Yes. Yes.
right.
Yes.
It kind of is. I mean, we've been there for over 5 years now.
Right.
It's not illegal in the first place. It's one of those things that we kept telling them is we don't really need you to do anything. It'd be helpful if you put a sign there just to let people know.
Right. No surprise.
And they did.
Yeah.
Right. No, they haven't so far.
Oh, I thought there's a sign there that says Blind Creek Beach.
Oh, there's a sign that says Blind Creek Beach.
But not.
it doesn't
But it
tell
does
you
say
that there's no
that clothing optional.
right. And so every once in a while, we get a couple of surprised people that walk up on the end of there. Oh,
Yeah, hello.
didn't realize that's why this beach was so popular. But it's part of their proposal. That's what they were showing. They actually did a study last year, and we saw the road strips that were down there, and they were tracking the various beaches up and down the coast. And over the course of 10 days, we had over 3,500 people at that beach.
That's a lot.
Vehicles anyway. Maybe some of them carpool.
3,500.
3,500
Wow.
over the 10 days. And then Waveland, which is
Right.
their next popular beach, had 140 something. Wasn't even in the ballpark.
No.
That's impressive. I'd like to get that ordinance extended to my patio.
You might want to set up shop and near under the pavilion and have
Yeah.
a fish dip tasting contest.
Have a. That's right. Like what's a food trailer? A
Right.
Food truck.
Your
Yeah.
food truck like
There you
up
go.
there.
Yeah. And actually,
And you do have one.
well, we had
Yeah,
one
but-
for a
but-
while.
well.
Apparently,
Well, it's not season.
well, you have to get a license through the county to be able to do something like that. Have a food truck there.
Okay.
We understood that he did, and so he was fine for a while. But maybe something happened and
Okay.
something didn't work out, so he's not there now.
Okay.
So it's open for anybody who's got a food truck that who would do that. And
Well, talk about a captive audience.
yes, we are starting soon. Going to have a beach vendor supplying umbrellas and chairs and
Oh,
things like
good.
that. And he's also saying that he can supply food. So we'll see what happens to that. That's going to start soon in we're in the middle of October. It was it was going to start soon.
Okay.
So
We're sort of behind the times. I mean, you get on to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Boca. They all have, beach boys that bring chairs and umbrellas and do that. I know Shuckers. There's a gentleman there that does it. And I know Jensen Beach, the Turtle Beach, the main beach. They have someone, but I think it's part of the concession stand there.
probably.
But I mean, what a great thing for someone in college or high school or something to do, at least on the weekends,
Oh, sure.
and make some money.
Oh, sure. And now that the beach is getting a little more recognized in this way, in a more, I don't want to use the term legalized because it's already
It's already
not
that way.
but sanctioned or designated with the county,
Right.
so that they feel more comfortable with it.
Right.
And they can put signs that say beyond this point you may encounter nude sunbathers and that kind of stuff. They also want to put change the sign that's out on the roadway that says Blind Creek Beach, change it to say what it's supposed to be.
Oh,
And so
Yeah, that'll only increase traffic. You know that, right?
Right.
Yes.
And people have already come from all over. I mean, the dollar
do.
value for St. Lucie County has to be up there because they come and they spend money in St. Lucie County.
Yes. We're a member of the Chamber of Commerce up there. And so as we've talked with them, they've mentioned, let me see, they've mentioned, and so has the Tourist Development Committee mentioned that they've seen increases in different things. People have reported increases in their restaurant activity, their the hotels in the area. If somebody would just provide a nudist outlet on their patio, we can provide people for that.
Yes.
I'm going to give you my business card.
You might have to put, you know, and you can get a screening to put up
There you
around,
go, yeah.
you know.
Right.
You have to increase the size of your patio.
Yeah. Which is some a few other things. We have like 3 different events that are coming up.
A potluck, I bet,
The potluck is coming up in November. That's November 9th.
at someone's house.
That's at somebody's house.
Right.
And so that one's coming in December 15th is the nude bowling.
Oh, you're doing it again.
And we're trying to do that again. And we'll see how that comes out. People are a little slow to sign up for that in the beginning for some reason, but we have a date on it. So hopefully that'll come around. And
You need to have so many confirmed guests in order
Yes.
to pull the trigger to lease the space, rent the space.
right, because that has a certain number assigned to it.
Right.
The potluck is whatever that can
Right,
can
right,
go
right.
off. This next bit is also not predicated on any particular number, but the Pineapple Theater in Fort Pierce.
Right.
Uh,
On Weatherby.
yes.
Yep. I know that.
There's a show that's coming, and the date eludes me right now, but it's on our Facebook page. If you want to go look for a Treasure Coast Naturist, it's in, I believe, February. We have a private showing for a new play that's coming up, and they've reached out to us because the theme of this play is a couple that they're older and their kids are still coming back to the house. So apparently they've decided to become nudists to hopefully ward off their kids hanging around the house or keep coming back to the house. So that's the general theme of it. However, because of what we are, they've reached out to us and we're going to get this private showing. Just
And
as that.
it's a small little venue, so
Mhm.
it'll be perfect.
Yeah,
And you'll be able to fill all the seats.
probably we'll do that. And then we also have, they're letting us run the concession.
Oh,
And
great.
so any money that's raised can go to go
Blind
back to us, to Treasure Coast Naturist.
Oh, great.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it will be.
Oh, and also and New Year's, that one I just posted recently. New Year's Day after the last. This will be the 3rd annual, but we're doing a polar bear plunge. Florida,
Oh, are you going to do that?
Florida style?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 70-degree water temperature.
Right.
But New Year's Day will be our polar bear plunge.
Will you get as many as the skinny dip?
No, not even close. Actually, I take it back. Last year, I think we had. God, I think we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 or 60 people.
Okay. But the
Yeah.
skinny dip, you had like 300.
Yes, skinny dip. We had about
Yeah.
300,
And that's in July when it's nice and warm.
right? So
Yeah.
it's the second Sunday in July
Yeah.
that we do that.
Cool.
So Jack Nicholson, there's a famous story. So has a house and he lives alone, I guess.
He has a wife
Yeah,
and kids.
Okay. Well, but for whatever reason, he happens to be home often now. He's not doing a
Right.
whole lot of work.
Right.
So, and his address is on the register. So people come all the time and knock on his door to see Jack Nicholson. So he's come to answering the door and is all together just to scare people off. So that's his notion. So I thought that kind of
Oh yeah.
Jack Nicholas
does
or
he-
Jack Nicholson?
Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
Does he
I
come
was
through his
thinking
front door
Jack
with an axe?
Nicholas.
No, Nicholson.
Okay.
I think he lives alone. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he answer his door with an axe? And
Well, he could. He could say, "Here's Johnny," or he could say this too, like this.
You can't handle the truth.
That's another one. Something like that.
Great movie.
Right? I love it. Anyways, but well, we wasted a perfectly good half hour.
We wasted?
No.
I thought it was a
No.
lot of fun.
Well, I was just joking. So
Well, come back and listen to us, and
Yes.
we'll let Frank sit in the corner.
let us,
We'll put him in timeout.
we'll wax philosophical for the next half hour. So stick with us. We'll
Yes.
be right back. We're back.
Haha, when you thought we were gone.
You're
We're
listening
right around the corner.
to Mrs. Peters Party Time.
And
Join
we're having a party.
Frank and friends. Absolutely.
We're
Yes.
having a party. I brought the candy.
Yes, you did. That's right. So, yeah, thank you for introducing Tiffany and I to the.
Oh, isn't that fabulous? The vegetables. When I was up there, they let me do a sneak preview. And
Well, it's a soft opening they're
it
doing
was
right now.
you're right. And they said, come back Monday. They were told me I could buy anything I wanted, but
Right.
you know, and I thought I'd meet you and Tiffany there one day and she
Oh.
could explain some of the stuff to me
Oh, God.
because I can't read that language.
No. Well, she can't either because most of that stuff is
It's Chi-
Korean. It's
Oh,
Korean.
Okay. But I saw they had
And Chinese
the
people
calamari,
cannot read
the
Korean.
calamari.
Imagine that.
They had different sizes and I love calamari.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, there's some Chinese things there, but most of the stuff that's there is Korean. She looked
Okay.
at that right away. She goes, "Oh, this is all Korean stuff," which didn't dissuade her any. But,
no, but
but-
it also
right.
says is Oriental supermarket.
right, and,
And it looks like a supermarket.
it's huge.
It is huge.
And their bakery will be opening soon. That's what I was. jonesing
That's
to
what I
find
wanted
out.
to see
Yeah,
too, what they would have in their bakery.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that was different. And they were very nice.
right. And her and I go back and forth about the noodles. And she says that Marco Polo stole the noodles from the Chinese. The Italian noodles come from China.
It's a pasta.
Right,
Right.
pasta. Yeah. And I said, yeah, okay.
I'm,
maybe.
I'm sure. I mean, they've both been around for,
Yeah.
centuries.
Right. Anyways,
So-
it's a running gag between her and I.
But, you have the pasta noodles that come on different shapes. They only have the ramen noodles.
No, they actually, you wouldn't believe the variety. Oh my God.
I'm just teasing.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
But when you think of
They even have
Oriental noodles,
potato-based
you think of
noodles.
ramen noodles.
Yeah.
You don't think of.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't believe what they got. It's
Oh no,
amazing.
Tiffany taught me how to make Oriental dumplings. I had a lesson from her, and I make my own dumplings now,
Oh,
and
nice.
they're wonderful.
Yeah.
It's all a little chopping. It's tedious
Yes.
to do that
the prep work.
with prep work.
Yeah, you need a sous chef to work alongside of you to do all the prep.
And
yeah.
then you just, but the dumpling is basically just water and flour.
Hmm.
hmm
Mhm.
And she
And then
works it.
something you put in the middle.
Right. You have to roll it. She brought me the little rolling pin, and you have to, you roll it like you'd roll the dough in a long rope,
Mhm.
and then you plunk off little pieces, and then you take this rolling pin and you hold it in the center, and you work around it. So the center's a little bit thicker,
Mhm.
and then you put your filling in, and then you
Close it
you
up.
make it up like a little pocketbook. And then if you don't want to do it right away, you can put it on a sheet pan and freeze them, and then cook them as you want. You can
Right.
steam them, you can fry them, you can boil them, you can do whatever with them.
Right.
Yes. I know. Oh, my friends, I'm there. Come and I'll teach you how to make turtles, how to make dumplings. They're there. No, you do it. We just want to eat it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, we're all basically lazy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, if somebody can do it for us, we
Right.
just sit down on the patio like at Mrs. Peters and just enjoy the food as it comes
Right.
out of the smoker. Life doesn't get any better than
No.
that, right?
No, I'm waiting for it to so I can get hot salmon fingers,
Oh,
and they're like
oh.
really to
Yeah.
die for.
with either a garlic sauce or the
It doesn't matter.
Cajun or
It doesn't matter.
I-
They all
yeah.
melt in your mouth.
I like the garlic. You said you have a new offering too, right? There's
Was it honey?
honey
there's
mustard.
a honey.
No.
I even have to think about that one.
But-
It is a it's
it
it's
is a-
honey or
a-
bourbon honey.
A bourbon honey, I think
I
you
think
called
that's
it,
what it
the
is.
other week. Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah. Mhm.
wow. That
So you
sounds-
can do a lot with, you know, when you do that, do you marinate them first?
We do.
Okay. Or
Yeah.
I didn't know if you started putting them in the smoker and then somewhere in between putting stuff on them also.
No, they are marinated first and then they go right into the smoker. Usually we don't add anything beyond that.
Afterwards.
Yeah, and the smoking process takes a long time.
Right.
It's we start our smoking at 8:30, 9 in the morning, and
I didn't
fish
know if
comes
it
out
was
at
like wings.
1:00.
Like wings, you know, where you can do that with the wings and put some sauce on and cook them, and then when they're done, they'll saturate
You
them.
could do that, but I think it sort of takes something away from the smoking
Agree.
process if you end up pulling the fish out, reapplying whatever seasoning.
No, I meant after it was done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
After it's done, and then reapplying some of it.
I think it's better when it sort of smokes into the fish.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, they are good.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
they also have shrimp.
We do, and we put the same seasonings on the shrimp, and they melt in your mouth.
Wonderful.
Honestly, they truly melt in your mouth when they come out of the smoker.
And what kind of trees are you using? Or wood, I should say.
Yeah, not trees, just the wood.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Sally used to use the garbage trees. I call them garbage trees. The pine.
We
Oh,
use
the Australian
pine.
pine. Okay.
They're not native here, so
Right.
they're garbage trees.
yeah, I don't know. they're not native.
No.
No,
Australian
okay.
pine,
Well, our causeway was full of them, and they took them all down and redid our causeway.
Well, it sounds like a coincidence because we use the name Australian oak to refer to the wood,
Okay.
and then there's a second name that they call it, which I'm not recalling offhand, but that's what it is. An oak. It's
Okay.
It's not a pine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oak is an outstanding wood because it burns hot
Right.
and burns for a long time.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
hmm But
Yeah.
I know she used to use the Australian pine.
Well, we should try that sometime just
Yeah.
to see if it has any impact on the flavor.
Well, any kind of wood, different wood would have
It
an
should.
impact on the
But
flavor.
but
You use a hemlock or
I think the smoke in our fish when it's diluted by being in a dip, it's a subtle flavor. So
Mhm.
I don't know how much it'll impact the fish.
right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, in the dip.
Yeah,
Right.
in the
Yeah.
dip.
In
Right.
the dip.
I-
Now,
Right.
if you eat the fish straight up, then you're going to taste the smoke
Right.
much more clearly.
hmm
Hmm.
Very
And they
cool.
do salmon, and they also cater at Mrs. Peters.
We do. That's true.
And you can go on their website, which is
And our website is mrspeters.com.
okay.
A lot of
But-
thought went into the name of that.
You're really challenging me to know my business. But yes, there was something I was going to add to that. We also smoke other people's fish, which sounds
Oh.
sort of funny, but people bring us their kingfish, for example, and their recent catch, and we will smoke it for them, and we charge by the pound.
Okay.
And you get to keep all your catch.
You do get to keep all your catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to give it up, but most people
Years
don't.
ago, they used to do it for half the catch.
Yeah, I mean that's another way to get
but then again,
compensated.
what
for
are you going to
the
do with that
effort.
when you don't know where it came from?
Right.
And it wouldn't be
And
legal.
we would
with it.
not legally be able to
To
resell
sell it, right.
somebody else's
So
catch.
it's by the pound. It's easier, and then you get the whole thing back, and you can do what you want.
Yes, you know the drill exactly.
With it. Yeah. I know the Food and Drug Administration or the health department probably comes in all the time, and
They do.
Yeah.
Yep. We follow very strict guidelines under the acronym HACCP that the FDA has codified into this tome for seafood. And we need to constantly regulate the temperature of our
Right.
fish as it's refrigerated. If the refrigeration rises above a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, it puts the fish at risk, and we would have to throw it away, which is terrible.
yeah.
So we have to, we really have to keep an eye on things.
Now, do you have a generator in there in case of a storm?
Shockingly, we do not have one. That has not created a problem as of yet.
Well, a smoker is it electric part of your smoker?
No,
or
but the
is-
refrigeration
it
is,
is,
and
right.
that's the real risk. But we've had our electricity go out, but only for very short periods of time.
Okay.
They're actually really good about getting the electricity back on in our area.
But they've come down such in price with a whole house generator that it is amazing.
It's on our
On your bucket
our,
list-
on our
bucket
bucket or
list,
our truly need list.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to be standalone, self-reliant.
Right, because I mean, when Francis and Jean were here, and I was without electric for a month,
Mhm.
and and then 3 weeks later, I mean, I was out the whole time, and then got on, and then it was out again for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, for the hurricane,
Mhm.
we were very worried about what might happen, and we have one.
Are you talking about Dorian?
Dorian,
Right.
yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
For the preparation for that hurricane, we were worried that we could possibly lose power for a long period of time. But our backup is that some of our seafood suppliers have the refrigeration space, so we could always move the product to their
Oh, that's good
space in the event that we
because
know
they have the
something-
generators.
They do.
Right.
So you got the plan B.
So we do have a plan B, but if it comes as a surprise and we are out, I suppose we could still move the fish to our suppliers, but it might be easier just to have a generator since they're not that expensive.
Right. Okay.
We got another break, and
This is
then
our
we're
last-
back to
yes.
Blind Creek.
Yes. All
We're
right.
just jumping around here.
All right. So stick
Thanks,
with us.
Gary.
We'll be right
That was
back.
a blast. That was really fun.
All right, we are back, and now it's time for our WSTU News Minute.
Yes, a news minute that's going to be 5 minutes.
Well.
because that's how long it is.
It's
Environmentalists.
a Florida News Minute.
Right.
Okay.
A little more relaxed.
From Martin County Currents. Environmentalist Maggie Herchella knocked on the door of the Florida Supreme Court last week in her continued attempt to overturn a $4.4 million judgment by a Martin County jury against her.
$4.4 million judgment.
That's what I said.
Yeah, well, you did the dollar word. Yeah.
4.4 million. People knew that.
Okay.
Okay. You want to. Now he's critiquing me reading. And I don't feel like a news broadcaster if I have to get stopped in the middle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
That's all
ahead.
right.
All right.
So
Yeah, I just want our listeners to know it was
a
4.4.
$4.4 million judgment by a Martin County jury against her for damages to the Lake Point Restoration Project near Indiantown. It will be her third attempt at appealing the court's decision. Her first appeal to the 4th District Court of Appeal was denied by a 3-judge panel, which determined she had deliberately misrepresented facts to the Martin County Commission about the project. As a result, she lost her fight to First Amendment free speech protections. According to the appeals court, they also did not reduce the jury's award for damages. She appealed again in mid-July to the 4th District, asking that all 12 judges hear her case instead of just 3. They denied her motion in September and rejected her attorney's arguments that a question of great public importance could be answered only by the state Supreme Court. Even without the certification of the appeals court that the Florida Supreme Court should determine if Ms. Herchella acted with malice towards the Lake Point, her attorneys filed for a hearing with the High Court. It is unknown when the Florida court will consider whether or not to hear her appeal. Even if they refuse to hear her case, Ms. Herchella can appeal the 4th District's ruling against her, as well as the Martin County Circuit Court jury's judgment to the U.S. Supreme Court. For the Supreme Court justices would need to agree that her case has sufficient merit to be heard by the highest court in the land. This news minute is brought to our WSTU 1450 radio audience by Martin County Currents, your alternative source of local news.
Very good. Thank you, Debbie. Very good. And now back to Nelson.
Ethel's in there getting her a cold drink. I hollered in there. I said, "Don't look, Ethel!"
Don't look, Ethel. Nelson's in the house.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. So things are going well for you, though, right?
So they're going well. Along with that designation would come things like some amenities.
Yes.
A
Bathrooms.
bathroom.
So that's something that's on the hook.
Okay. Well, I
that's-
know you guys participate in paying for the porta potties up there and giving a donation. Would they
We're the
make-
ones actually doing that.
Okay. Will they make you participate in the county putting in a bathroom?
Yes, and we told them that we would help with that.
Okay. Because I know the skateboard park in Jensen Beach
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a bathroom for the skateboarders. They had to walk all the way around to go to Langford Park or the back way, which by the time they went there, their pants were probably wet because it's so far away. So the Rio Civic Club raised money and they did a bunch of fundraising and the county stepped in and they're finally getting a bathroom. So
Oh,
I know
good.
it's a lot of work and that's a lot of money to put, and the Parks Department would have to take care of it.
Right.
Right. It's about, from what I understand, it's about $350,000 to put one of these. That they're sort of like standalone modular units.
But they have to bring water
Uh-huh.
and sewer in there for that facility to take place.
Right.
Yeah.
So that all has to come together. So we'll do some fundraising to raise to get the money for that. There's also a possibility of some grant writing that could help
Oh,
with that.
that
kind
would
of a
be
thing.
great.
So over the course of next year, I imagine that'll be something in work.
Right. Good.
So,
That's important.
So these activities, for example, the bowling, so any profits, any monies you can garner from these outside activities, you're going to earmark to help for these projects, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it currently right now, like you mentioned, we're the ones paying for the porta potties. So
Right.
the money that we raise
Keeps the lights on.
keeps that. Yeah. or the door open.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that would work with the county. I'm sure everyone would partner together. And like you said, there's always grants.
Right.
I know Martin County has, because I am on the NAC for Rio, and we have the county
Okay,
come in.
for our listeners.
NAC
NAC.
means the Neighborhood Advisory Council.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Or the Neighborhood Action Committee,
Okay.
but we're an advisory council that goes to the redevelopment board.
Got it.
And so they come to us first and we sanction it. And then it goes on to the redevelopment board. And then it goes on to the county commissioners, which is probably what may happen in your case too. I don't know if you're in a redevelopment area, but you're getting developed.
We're getting developed.
And that's the beauty of it.
Sweet.
Yes. Too bad Carolyn didn't call in.
Yeah, she's probably otherwise engaged.
I'm sure. And maybe getting ready for the storm up there.
Well, this weekend was a busy weekend. They have their annual called Nudapalooza.
Oh, is this Nudapalooza?
So that's happening this weekend.
Okay.
See
And
that?
plus it's Spiketoberfest and they're not that far away.
Right.
So, Yep.
Right. Well, last time she was on the air, she told us about the Nudapalooza.
Palooza, right.
Right. And I figured, and when you came in the studio today, I says, "Isn't Carolyn supposed to call us about this time
Right.
about that?" And it's just
And she
Yeah.
is. She's probably
Right.
super busy.
Right.
Or her staff is busy, whatever's going on up
right.
there. Or
Yeah.
they're running through the rain clouds.
running through the sprinklers.
Hmm.
Remember that when we were kids? Did you have that? Your folks put like a sprinkler in the front yard, and you get to jump
We
through.
had
it?
a
You had to. How else were we going to cool down?
Right.
we had a community swimming pool.
Well, we
We had that too,
did too, but we had to
but that was up the street a little ways.
we had to walk for about a quarter to half mile. Yeah.
Right.
Or you just turn on the garden hose.
Yeah.
I'm a big player for the garden hose. Yeah. It was fine. And we would play in the front yard and slip and slide
Right.
stuff or whatever. Make your own. But
Yeah.
Fun.
Yes.
They didn't open up the fire hydrants.
No, we weren't.
That was
in-
more inner city.
Exactly. Yeah, that's inner city. Exactly. When my dad was a kid, they probably did in downtown Detroit.
Oh, they still
Yeah.
do it in inner city now.
Yes,
But I just didn't
right.
know how inner city or how
I was-
suburbia
I
you
was,
were.
We were suburbia.
Suburbia has lawns, and so they have sprinklers usually. So you can do that.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we got the 9th annual Arts and Crafts Show and Sale Saturday, October 26th at the First Presbyterian Church of Stewart. It's on Pine Lake Drive in North River Shores, and that'll be from 9 to 2.
Now, are the ladies coming in to?
I don't know. I need to call them and see because
'Cause I
they
know
could come in.
they love to come in.
I know.
Sometimes they bring cookies with them too. I love it when.
But
they
you
come
know,
in.
tonight
hint,
is the Indian Town Rodeo starts at 7:30 tonight at Powers Park.
Mhm.
And we've got the 20th annual craft festival in Stewart tomorrow. We got Halloween horrific night, haunted walks through 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. tonight at Just Believe in Recovery, 1802 Jensen Beach Boulevard. I don't have a clue where that is.
1802.
Yeah, a Jensen Beach Boulevard, and it's a haunted house, and it's tonight. So if you want to call and find out where it's at 772-252-1235. We got the Fire Fest, 13th annual Fire Fest is 1 to 9 tomorrow at Jonathan Dickinson State Park. And it features 2 prescribed fire demonstrations, haunted trails, live animal presentations, an inflatable obstacle course, a helicopter water bucket drop, and community exhibits.
So what is it?
And you know,
Wait a minute.
When a prescribed burn is
Yeah.
when they take a big section
Is
and
it- does a doctor have to write it down on a piece of paper or prescribe?
no, I think the
It's like-
firemen
oh,
do.
Okay.
I think the firemen take
Okay.
care of that.
Okay.
But I want to mention
I'm
to
just
everyone
asking.
that I read this week that Dan Martinelli from Treasure Coast
I
Wildlife
know that
passed
name.
away.
Aw.
He passed away this week, and he wasn't that old. I don't know how
No.
old he
He
was.
was about our age, maybe
Right.
a little bit younger.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So that's a big loss to the Treasure Coast Wildlife
He was.
here.
He was.
He
a
was
big
Treasure
advocate.
Coast. He was there
Yes.
for like 25 years,
Right.
and he always brought the animals everywhere.
Right. A
And he was
marvelous
very
speaking voice.
and
Yes.
and a wonderful gentleman.
Yeah.
We're going to miss him in our
Oh,
area.
yeah.
He was a contributor
Right.
and
Yes.
well known and well liked.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, I'm
Saint-
sorry to hear that.
yes. St. Joseph's Catholic School 7th Annual Fall Festival is 11 to 10 p.m. tomorrow at 10th Street in Stewart. Like I said, the 20th Annual Downtown Stewart Craft Festival is all weekend long. The Equestrian Rescue and Adoption Foundation 4th Country Festival is noon to 4 on Sunday at 6400 Southwest Martin Highway. You can get a barn horse, $5 pony rides, $2 miniature pumpkins for decorating, and live music.
A barn horse,
A barn tour,
a tour.
but you $5 pony rides, horse
Fi-
rides.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Did I say it wrong, or
No,
did
no,
you
no.
listen
I'm just wanted to
That's
understand
okay.
what it was. I was just repeating what you said.
Okay.
What I thought I heard you say.
Okay, the
Yeah.
garden festival and plant sale is 9 to 4 Saturday, 10 to 3 p.m. and Sunday at Heathcote Botanical Gardens.
Nice.
And that would be a nice show to go if you want some good plants. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see
You can
what
get
else. is
potted
going on.
over there, right?
Hmm?
You can get potted over there. You
I
get-
think no. I think you have to go to the what is that? The vape centers to get potted.
Okay. Okay.
The medical marijuana
Oh,
stores
got
is
it.
where
You
you get
get-
potted.
Okay. All right. Now I'm up to speed. All right. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay.
And-
Yeah.
Kid Mania is 1 to 4 Sunday at Minsky Gym and Whispering Pines Park and Darwin Boulevard in Port St. Lucie. That's Port St. Lucie Boulevard West, past the Turnpike.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going on. We got the pumpkin patch at Tradition is 10 to 2 tomorrow. And that's Village Parkway, Port St. Lucie. Kid Mania, I already did that. So we're really up to speed unless you
Yeah.
want me to go into.
We've got 1 minute
We've got 1 minute.
and 10 seconds, but who's counting?
Okay.
But
Nelson, anything else on your plate? What's your website for the naturalist?
The website is treasurecoastnaturist.org.
Okay.
And our Facebook page is Treasure Coast Naturist / Blank Creek Beach.
Okay. We're good to go. Another
Right.
Friday done.
go check out Mrs. Peters Smokehouse for all the latest and what's available in smoked fish spreads and smoked fish that all ready to purchase.
That's right. And try Dickie's Barbecue
Yes.
on Jensen Beach Boulevard in the Home Depot Shopping Center.
Righto.
You can't go wrong. Smoked and barbecue goes together.
Right. And we're going to try to get them, the folks at Mrs. Peters, to be downtown for the River Walk.
There you go.
So
Ciao
you
for
can
now,
sample
everybody.
it there too. Alrighty. Take care.